was fairly confident. I was very confident that I hadn't acted in a way that I felt was in any way inappropriate.
This week, city councillors decided that after more than a decade of support, Vancouver Rape Relief and Women's Shelter would no longer receive public money.
Can you help me understand where the friction is?
And how would you respond to that? So I just wanted to clarify.
But in the end, Hilla Kerner's answers were not enough.
By city policy, to receive city funding, need to be serving all women, and that includes trans women.
At issue for City Hall, the Women's Crisis Center does not offer many of its services to trans women. It has now given the organization an ultimatum.
If they wanted future years of funding, they needed to be inclusive of trans people.
I will never apologize for standing up for an LGBTQ2+ rights.
Hello friends, and happy International Women's Day. Today we celebrate the women and girls around us, our friends, our family members, and our colleagues. This day is about celebrating you and your achievements. I think being a feminist is the right thing to do, but it's also the smart thing to do. And it is women and girls who are at the heart of the greatest global challenges we have. And if we can get them empowered to shape their communities, to shape their worlds,
And our vision of how that would work is through the Building Safer Communities Fund. And when you partner with local communities and organizations, whether women's shelters or youth groups, you can really channel the experiences that they have, the relationships that they have on the ground with young people who are exposed to risks like being exposed to organized crime.
What bothers me most is the misogyny, the misogyny, the misogyny, the misogyny.
We're going to be on the right track. That's why Canada has stepped up and focusing our international assistance specifically on women and girls, because we know that's how we'll make the biggest difference. My name is Justin Trudeau. I'm the Prime Minister of Canada.
For the first time in more than a decade, Vancouver Rape Relief and Women's Shelter will not receive city funding. This comes after the organization refused to change a controversial policy.
Something staff back at Vancouver Rape Relief say they cannot do because it undermines their work.
Seem to have an issue with the idea of swagger, the idea of Canadians being strong and proud on the world stage, Canadians understanding that being back on the world stage, being positively engaged, being confident about our investments in AI, our investments in new technologies, our investments in the economy of the future are things to be proud of here in Canada.
I've said before, and I'll say again tonight, that I do not believe that Mr. Trudeau is a real feminist. A feminist doesn't continue to push strong women out of his party.
I live in Niagara region. We have one of the most corrupt police forces. We have serious problems with our regional government, each one of our cities' governments. I have myself 175 cases of discrimination and of the civil servants actually becoming our overlords. So what are you going to do to help us? I have went to our MP, Vance Badaway, who refuses to even take a look at me, to acknowledge me when I come into his office.
Thank you very much for your question. And I'm sorry for what you've experienced. I am very surprised to hear your story about Vance, who I know very well and who is an outstanding member of Parliament, who I'm sure has not deliberately or even in any real way behaved that way.
Do I make you horny, babe? Do I make you randy? Yeah.
And like you say, you are a champion of the people. But what's happened here now, every one of these institutions is corrupt. And every person in power is corrupt. And what we're seeing is there's no accountability.